Hi everyone, we've got a Passat CC, oil filter, oil and air filter service, just the basic stuff. You've got 3 T45s, there's 1, 2, 3, and there's 3 T25s. One was there, another one there, and another one here. Same over this side, you've got one just by here, there's another one there, and there's another one here. There should be one in the front there as well, but it's missing. Also, you've got those clips, they should go like these. There's 4 of them. 4th one obviously is pushed in. Normally there's a couple of them not fitted correctly. That's quite standard. Right, let me take that off and get back to you. Okay, sump plug, 19mm. Change the crash washer, let it drain, and let's go back up to see what else needs to be done. So we've got the oil filter there, I'll undo the cap so it drains oil quicker. Oil filter's there. You've got this, which is surprisingly for a Volkswagen made in USA. You have to unclip that, just pull the clip on this side, push it down, comes off. Pull it out of those, gently pry them out, open the plastic clip, pull the vacuum lines. You can remove the solenoid and put it to the side, so it's not in the way, it's not going to get damaged. Then we have to remove the metal bracket, I think, because it's not going to clear. So let me do that. This one is T30, so just undo this, take the bolt out. It's a nightmare doing it single-handed. Take it off, place it safe, and that should then clear, see? If any of you plan to film something like that at some stage and you use an external microphone and you disconnect it from the camera, remember it's dangling before you start kneeling over an oil pan full of oil, because it will all get covered in oil and it's going to be fun to clean. Don't ask me how I know. Oil filter housing is 32mm socket to undo it. Let me undo this and take the filter out. Once you've got the filter out, you have to replace the 2 O-rings on the bottom, and you need to replace the top O-ring as well, and obviously replace the filter itself. Let me get that done and install the filter back in. After the filter's back in, tighten it to 25 Newton meters. Okay. Clean the filter housing if you've made any mess there. It should be fairly clean. It might be some oil underneath it. Spray a little of engine grease so the oil has spilled. Just rinse it off afterwards. Make sure your white covers are off, especially pipes. Rinse it off so there's no residue there. And then put the bracket in. By the way, if you enjoyed this video, definitely like the video if you can, and subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you anything and it helps the channel grow. You'll be surprised how long it takes to actually do a service whilst filming, and how many sets of gloves you go through trying to get this filmed and not get the camera dirty at the same time. Yeah, so if you can, like and subscribe. I'd just like to mention we've got 200 subscribers now, over 200, 216 this morning I think. Thank you all for subscribing to the channel, and to all those of you who are not yet subscribed, please consider doing so, because it's going to help growing the channel and making these videos better, because obviously it's not there where I want it yet, but we got to start somewhere. I'll try to film most of the cars I'm doing. The only problem is it takes a lot of time to actually set it all up and get it all done whilst filming, so it is a bit of an effort anyway. So I put that back on it then. That slides from the bottom. You slide it up, it clicks in place. There we are. So it clicked in place. Remember, we took these pipes out of those brackets, put them back in. Everything's back together now. It's time to put the plug back in and fill it with oil. Since the sun plug is placed in aluminium, I think it should be 30 Newton meters. I've done it up to 25. It should be sufficient anyway with a new crash washer. This is aluminium sump, so I wouldn't go mad about tightening it up. It shouldn't leak anyway, providing you put a new crash washer. Right, let's get back upstairs. Let's put some oil in there. Use Napa oil. It's 5W30 LS XTR, and it's Volkswagen 504.00 and 507.00, which is what the manufacturer specifies for this car. You should always use the oil that is specified for your car, especially with engines these days, because they wouldn't take something that's not quite what it should be. Okay, right, we're gonna put the oil in and we're gonna change the air filter. It takes 4 litres of oil and 4.3 with the filter. I'll add 4 litres, start it up, see the level, check the level, and then I can top it up if need to be. I'm gonna change the air filter as well. And we've got T20 Torx all around the perimeter, which is there, there, there. There's another one this side. I don't think there's anything behind. There's another one there, there, there. Obviously the front ones. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them to take out, and then the filter housing comes off. Let me take it off and get back to it. After you've undone all the bolts, it just lifts out. Don't have to disconnect anything really. So you can also not rip any cables holding that filter out. Just pull this thing out and clean it. Okay, with the new filter in place, make sure it sits right, and just drop the case on top of it and tighten the bolts, and that's going to be done. Let me tighten the bolts up, and we're going to start the engine to make sure everything's fine, there's no leaks, and that will be all. Okay, filter's done, oil's done, everything's done up. I've put the dipstick back in. Now we're going to start the car. Press the clutch. Start the car up, see if everything's okay. Oil valve goes off. Yeah. No messages, nothing on the dash. You can knock it all off. Let it run for about 30 seconds. Let the oil drain, check the levels, everything's fine. Then we're going to go to reset the oil, and that's it. After we've done it all, just make sure there's no leaks around the filter housing. That's one point it could leak. And obviously here, so that there's no leaks as well. No leaks, put the covers back on, job done. Everything's done up. That is as it should be. They should be on top, the other parts should be underneath, and they should lock in. I haven't got that bolt, I'll get one next time. I'm going to do anything on this car. Back, there's 3 on the back, 3 on the sides. Also, as I go along this car, that's a nasty surprise, but at least I'm going to tell the owner that he needs to do the tyre as well. Last but not least, a little bit of rubber grease. As you probably know, I'm always doing that on the pegs, so the rubber sits on it nicely and comes off easy, because they tend to, later on in life, they tend to just rip off or rip out the pegs they sit on. It's not expensive, it's not hard. If you do it every time, you're just going to prolong the life of these, so it's worth doing. And the cover clicks back into place. Much easier, I gotta say. Right, and that's all wrapped up. As I said, if you can, please like and subscribe so we can make more videos. As I said, I'll try to do them on every car I do, because sometimes they are slightly different. This is very much like the Skoda I've done, but still, if you're looking for a Passat, you're not going to look for a Skoda. People might not know, it's the same engine, same car pretty much. So this is why we're doing this. Okay, see you on the next one then.